I'd like to welcome Cultural Parks Board President and nominee for Outstanding Director, Christy Werngerter.
I don't know if this is a good habit or a bad habit, but thank you. Arsenic was quite a thing. It was the most difficult production I had ever produced. And I had, I think, one of the most wonderful cast in it. We had so much fun. We bonded. We became a family of 11 right away, plus people backstage. And it was truly remarkable. What I'd like to do is, since I know most people do know the story, and if you didn't come and see it, then you don't. Okay. But are we all right here? Thank you. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the characters in the cast. So you just get the lay of the land, and then different characters will come out and say a few words, and that will be it. Picture it. Brooklyn, New York, 1940. Nestled in a very snug little house are the Brewster sisters. They are older ladies, spinster ladies. They like to do good works. They like to feed people, and they make their own elderberry wine. Along with them is nephew Teddy. He thinks he is President Theodore Roosevelt, and he spends a lot of time in the basement building the locks for the Panama Canal. Okay. Then we have the lovebirds. We have Elaine Harper, who lives next door with her father, and we have Mortimer, who is another nephew. All they want to do is get married, but it has to be put off a little bit. We also have Mr. Witherspoon, who is the director of Home. Okay. Then there are several hapless policemen who are absolutely loving and wonderful, but they wouldn't know a clue if it bounced off their heads. And finally, we have Jonathan, who is the bad nephew who's been away for several years in institutions and killing people, along with his very odd friend, Dr. Einstein. So, as I've been talking to you, I think, this happened in Brooklyn, 1940. I think it could happen in LA now. I think it could happen in Chicago, and maybe even Washington, D.C. How about that? Okay, here we go. Teddy.
I understand the country is squarely behind me. Isn't it wonderful? It's bully. Just bully. Well, I must be off to Panama to inspect the new locks. It's down south, you know. Charge!
Dr. Harper. Yes, Mr. Brewster. Here are the commitment papers for Mr. Brewster. Thank you so much. I'll be there to pick them up. I definitely will get these to the Brewster sisters tomorrow. I can't wait to get Teddy into his new residence. That cacophonous charge after that bugling is just too much for any of the neighbors.
Really?
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, how is your daughter, Elaine?
Elaine is fine. Well, however, I do worry about Mortimer. That connection with the theater, he is constantly taking her home later and later and later. I fear that my little cherry blossom is going to become a cherry tart very soon.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I can't believe my husband did this. Oh, God, it's you! Elaine, look, you gotta get out of here right now. What? You don't understand, darling. See. Something's come up.
I thought we're going to the theater tonight.
No, we can't do that. No,
Well, why
darling.
not?
Well, because I've saved time and I've already wrote my review.
Oh, okay then.
Right?
All right,
So
so
that works.
sounds good. Well then, let's go ahead and head on.
No, what? No, you can't.
Well,
You
what's
can't,
going
darling.
on in this house?
I can't tell you that, but you know what? Hey, let's forget everything we've seen here and go get married.
Dr. Einstein.
You know, that's the problems in the world, eh? Yeah, especially for a doctor. Well, not really, you see. I actually did not get my degree anywhere. I stole it, you can believe that. But that does not mean I'm a bad doctor. You see, I made my friend look just like Boris Karloff, and that's not easy. But he does not appreciate that. Thankfully, he can't come after me anymore. He's in a Rikers Island, I believe. Home forever, but if he's coming, I better go hide.
And last but not least, my policeman.
Hey, but I tell you what, I love this time of the year because we get to come out and pick up the toys for the kids and do all kinds of stuff. You know, around Christmas time, I always watched them when they made that elderberry wine. I always wanted to try a glass of that, but you know, never happened. Yeah. You know, the lieutenant's on the warpath, so let's hurry up and do this, you know?
Yeah, I know. I used to love when we go get those Christmas toys from those nice old ladies. And, you know, it just beat us sitting around that police station, I'll tell you. You know, all we did was sit around there most of the time playing cards. And then we started cleaning our gun. Next thing you know, I shot myself in the foot.
What the hell are you men doing here? I told you I was going to handle this, and you were not to be here.
Sir, they said there was 13 bodies down in the basement.
Who said there was 13 bodies in the basement?
That crazy guy that thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, you think because the crazy guy who thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt means there's 13 bodies in the basement? Did it ever occur to you that a man who would make that comment